there. We're there. Good morning, everybody. After how long, Shabir? A month?
Possibly longer.
I mean, like mourning you.
Possibly longer.
Shabir is back in the bathroom, and I'm so excited because we've been very thoughtful, Shabir, in this August. We're just about to be August, sort of medicinal. Shabir, as all of you know, many of you know, is from Victoria Health, my favourite place to get vitamins and supplements to help me in my daily life, and I have had so much help from all the things that Shabir has given me. And next week I'm actually going to, you've asked me a lot, do my every supplement I'm taking every day and what it's helping with. But today we are discussing a mixture of things that we got back. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Joanna, Michelle, Claire. We are talking bloated tummy. How many of us suffer from a bloated tummy? Click that yes I do, please. We're talking heavy legs. This is something... Heavy tired legs. I get this a lot. I've got a real theory on it, which I want to share with you, which I think is relevant to who gets it. And I think it's about where your weight is distributed and whether you have big boobs or not. I don't. And we're going to talk summer cold sores, something I haven't had, but I know you've said is a really...
It's a big topic.
Big topic. We're talking sleeping, sleep aids.
We're talking unique remedies for sleep, especially...
Look at all the love for you,
launched.
Shabir.
Oh, dear.
Fantastic. And more. So what the order of this, so that we can get all your questions in, and don't forget, phenomenal Shabir will try and answer as many as possible. He'll stay with me, Maiko, and answer as many as possible afterwards. So if we don't manage to answer your question, we will try and get to it in a text. But we'll talk about a subject and then we'll take questions, and I will get my glasses on because I'll need them. But welcome. So we're going to start with... Bloating.
It's a big, big concern.
Can you tell us why we get it first? Are there many reasons?
There are many reasons which we'll go through.
Yeah.
But most people at some point in their lives will experience bloating.
Yeah.
Whether it's through overindulgence or eating the wrong kind of foods that they may be intolerant to. Mm-hmm. But we all will experience that at some point. But predominantly, what is actually bloating? It's a distension of the stomach. Mm-hmm. So what are the symptoms? You've got distension of the stomach. Mm-hmm. Not a good look for a lot of women.
No,
obviously.
we don't like that look. Yeah. How many months pregnant are you is the comment.
Feeling of fullness.
Yes.
This distension can actually run to the upper cavity respirator, so it actually puts pressure on. And some women find they can't breathe. So for the occasional bloating, it's fine. But for a lot of women, it's a recurrent problem.
Yeah.
It's ongoing.
Yeah.
And so we need to tackle. They can end up with belching, reflux, all sorts of funny things. So what we need to find out what the causal factors are. I know you have a theory about legs and everything else. I'm sure you have a theory about bloating as well.
Well, I feel bloating to me is very food related because I'll eat and I'll bloat. There aren't many times that if I haven't eaten anything, it's nearly lunchtime and I eat at breakfast, that my tummy will be bloated. But I find certain foods will instantly bloated.
I mean, food intolerances, the most common bloating associated with food intolerances are lactose.
Yeah.
And ironically, fructose from fruits.
That's mine. Yeah.
So we're not saying stop eating fruit. We're just saying watch how much you're eating. And I know the guidelines are try and eat 8 portions of fruit and vegetables a day. Yeah. But also the type of fruit. Some fruits are more prone to causing bloating.
And maybe also when you eat that fruit?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I mean, some people say you should always have fruit before you start your meal, and some people say always after. So it just depends.
Is it good to go and do these tests where you can see what you're intolerant to? Do you think it's something people should all do?
I'm not sure if how accurate they are.
Ah, really? Even the ones that
I
are
think
very specific with your blood and things.
If it's done by the blood test, I'm sure it's a little bit more accurate. But there's a lot of stores that use some sort of magnetic resonance and kit, and you hold the allergens supposedly.
Yes, like kinesiology.
I'm not sure if it actually does do that. If they're actually going
if
to
they work. Okay. So how can we first? You're going to give us some cures.
So I'm going to first talk about the causes.
Okay, let's talk about the causes.
Aside from eating, so aside from overindulging, what are the real causes of it? So the first one is a lot of us don't chew thoroughly.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
So we tend to wolf our food down.
That's me. Yeah.
And we take a lot of air with it. And so, because bloating is associated with gas production, which is just simply sitting there.
Yeah.
So we take a lot of air. Obviously that's going to cause distension of the stomach. For a lot of people, we talked about food intolerances. Lack of fiber. How many grams of fiber do we actually eat on a daily basis? The recommendations are minimum 30 grams a day.
Yeah.
A lot of people are lucky to get 10 and 15 in a day.
So you think by not eating the fiber...
Because you see, fiber makes everything move correctly. It's holding on to water and it's keeping everything fluid.
Okay. So
and
if you're building up stuff...
If you haven't got
that's
fiber,
released-
what's happening? Food is going to stagnate. It's going to stagnate in the gut, and that's going to cause bloating straight away. I mean, the other thing is cyclical. So we're talking about PMS bloat. We tend to, period bloat, PMS bloat. So what happens is, in the case of some women, I mean, the idea is that the progesterone levels are supposed to go down. So they go down so that the uterus sheds its lining.
Yep.
And that progesterone level starts to go down about 2 weeks beforehand. But just the days before preceding the period, most women experience cramping and bloating. They experience that. So we need to tackle that as well. And then, of course, we come to bacteria, or the lack of beneficial bacteria, probiotic bacteria. I think by now most people have heard of probiotics. I'm sure all the viewers know about probiotics. You've been talking about probiotics for mood and digestion and you name it. So these beneficial bacteria actually break down your food more efficiently for you in the gut. They digest your food. They're involved in the last stage of digestion. They give you immune-enhancing compounds. They give you B vitamins for your energy, but they break down the food in the end.
Okay.
And then the last causal factor, which ironically is the biggest causal factor.
I'm already seeing all the causes of factors, only apart from the period, because I've been and done that,
The biggest causal factor is actually lack of digestive enzymes. Now, what are digestive enzymes? Do we know what digestive enzymes are? We just think, oh, well, they're going to break down food. They are actually catalysts. So what they do is, say you had a piece of cooked meat and you put it out in a bowl of water and you stick it out in the summer of whatever we've had, 31 degrees, 32, 34. It will take at least a minimum of 24 hours to soften up, perhaps even 36 to 48 hours. Now, you're going to eat a piece of meat, and these digestive enzymes work as catalysts. They actually break down your food more efficiently and very, very rapidly.
We have them in ciders anyway? Do we have them in ciders anyway?
We naturally produce the digestive enzymes, so they're basically a group of protein digesting enzymes, fat digesting enzymes, carbohydrate digesting enzymes, and fiber. So we produce them, but the only problem is that as we age, our production declines. So we get to a level that by the time we're in our mid-40s to 50s, early 50s, our digestive enzyme production is half what it would have been when we were in our 20s.
Okay. So many things.
So many factors.
So if we don't know, I mean, I can, with everything you've said, I know already I've got to chew more because I'll gulp. And I know already I'm erratic in my digestive enzymes, and I take probiotics every sort of few days. So, but okay.
Many factors, and don't forget that digestive enzymes themselves are affected by inadequate nutrients, because you need vitamins to produce digestive enzymes. Pesticides, not pesticides, but colors and preservatives from the food that we eat, and stress. Think about stress. Stress. What does cortisol do? So cortisol is your stress hormone. And when you're under stress, it's the flight syndrome kind of thing. So cortisol says, let me shut down digestion because I'm going to pass all the blood to the muscles and everything. Now most of us are to run away. If you've got a tiger in front of you, where do you want your blood? In your muscles, not around the digestive system. So it's pushing out all that stuff to your muscles. Unfortunately, we're not going to be facing tigers every day. However, we are under constant stress through work, through, well, I don't need to highlight what, things are. So our digestion is already not working at an optimal level. That coupled with age, we're already most of us not performing at that level.
There's so many here, and I think all the ladies, I just want to see, we're going to take all probiotic, and we're going to talk about apple cider vinegar as well. I've stopped getting bloated when I stopped taking probiotics. Please explain. Okay, what we're going to do is go through all of the solutions, and then there's a lot of people asking questions, which we'll go through afterwards. All right, ladies, so we're not ignoring them. Shabir's now going to give us solutions before we then go through your questions. Yeah.
So the first and foremost is, as I said, the biggest causal factor is the lack of digestive enzymes. And to that extent, we have actually got a supplement called Enhanced Super Digestive Enzymes.
Okay.
Just
Enhanced Super Digestive. There are many enzymes out there.
So
why is this a particularly
okay, so let me
good
tell you
one?
why
Yes.
I've picked on this particular one. We go into any health food store and you find about 10 different
Exactly, it's
supplements.
confusing. Yeah.
Right. The reason I've picked this is suitable for everyone.
Okay.
And a lot of the combination digestive enzymes contain a product called betaine hydrochloride, which is otherwise known as hydrochloric acid. Now, if you're prone to ulcers and things like that, you cannot take
It's
that
very
at
acidic,
all,
yeah.
because it's highly acidic. So constantly using that could potentially create a problem, because you might actually be producing sufficient acid anyway.
already.
You're just not producing sufficient fiber digesting enzyme or lipase or whatever protein break.
Okay.
So I've picked on something that doesn't contain betaine at all.
Great.
So everyone can use it, and I
Everyone can use
personally use it. Now, the reason I personally use it
Yes.
is because it's been found that digestive enzymes work to enhance nutrient availability from your food. So what they do is, if you're breaking down your food much more efficiently into smaller particles, you're going to grab your vitamins out of that food more efficiently than you would otherwise. So I'm not taking it because I have a stomach problem or anything like that. I'm just taking it because I want the nutrients from my food to be maximized too.
So could you say that if you're taking this and you're eating well, you wouldn't need to take vitamin supplements in forms of B's, C's, D's?
Remember, I think I've covered this before, but what I'm trying to say is that by all means take your digestive enzymes. Your vitamin supplement is always your insurance supplement.
Yeah.
It's just in case, because let's face it, all of us do not eat the same pattern on a daily basis.
No.
We all have our foods that we love, and we vary our diet.
And some vitamins are much
we could
harder
be
to get
missing
food
something.
from than others.
We could be missing.
Yeah. Okay, great.
could
All right, that's number one. Digestive enzymes.
So that's digestive enzymes, number one.
Okay, number two.
We talked about why we have a lack of bacteria in our gut. So what happens is our bacteria our gut is supposed to have a pound in weight of bacteria.
It's supposed to
Supposed
be healthy.
To be healthy, you're
Okay.
supposed to carry a pound in your gut,
All right.
of in your intestines of these healthy bacteria.
Yeah.
Current research shows that most of us are lucky to be around 60% of that level.
Okay.
We're very lucky to get to that level. And the reason is because we're always bombarding our intestinal bacteria with environmental toxins, toxins from food.
So what kills good bacteria the quickest? What do we eat that kills that?
A lot of fruits are coated in this waxed preservative coating.
Yeah.
You can see some of these glistening strawberries, for example.
Yeah.
Classic example of how they're coated, and the idea is to keep them fresh. Obviously, from the supermarket's point of view, it's great to have them fresh, looking glistening and fresh. But it's not good for our stomach, because that's the preservative, and that's going to kill some of the bacteria.
And if
they
we
work
wash
in a very
them, does it come off, or are they really impregnated?
You're definitely helping yourself by doing that.
Right.
For sure, apples have a wax coating invariably.
Okay.
So we're exposing our body high sugar diet. By taking in a high sugar diet, what you're doing is you're allowing the pathogens in your gut, and all of us carry pathogens in our gut. You're allowing them to multiply, and if they multiply, they're displacing the bacteria, the good bacteria. So we're all prone to not having enough bacteria.
Are we keeping up? There's a lot of information here, and we're going to have it all written down at Victoria Health and on trinnylondon.com, because I know that I will watch back 3 times to understand fully, Shabir, what you're saying. But I think it's great, valuable information, so I don't want to interrupt Shabir in this, and they're all love-hearting you. Okay, so tell me this.
So this is
I take this. I love this probiotic.
A good probiotic called Mega Probiotic ND.
Yeah.
So it's a non-dairy. Not going to be allergic in case you are allergic to dairy.
Yeah.
It's gluten-free, all the usual allergen-free.
Yeah.
8 strains of acid-resistant bacteria. So basically what we're doing is we're putting in 8 strains of bacteria that can reach the gut, colonize, and multiply.
All right. So if a woman here, and we don't know anything about her, but the lady who said, when I stopped taking my probiotic, it got better, could it be there was something in there she was
It could be
allergic
that the
to?
probiotic may be dairy. A
yeah.
lot of them are derived from dairy.
Yeah.
It may have gluten, or it may have some soya allergen, because some are grown on soy.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So you've got your probiotic,
Probiotic.
the number one enzyme. So number one, you try the enzyme.
Enzyme.
Number two, a probiotic.
Yeah.
Now, for some people, as I said, bloating is nothing to do with digestion and everything to do with period. So period bloat is because the progesterone levels go down. Now, relatively estrogen is in dominance in your bloodstream. And so when estrogen is dominance, estrogen retains water. So you retain water.
Retention.
So period bloat is associated with water retention, not necessarily digestion.
Which is our heavy leg stuff too.
Yeah,
So
we'll come back.
but are you going to give us a water retention product now?
Yes, I am.
Oh, because I
am.
so need one.
I am.
And
We've talked about this before on your show. It's called Burdock. Now we talked about Burdock. We talked about Burdock because we use Burdock for its antibacterial properties.
Yeah, because in your
in
clean
acne,
skin, Burdock
clean
is in
skin,
there, and some
it's
people
in
take
clear
pure
skin.
Burdock. Yeah.
And we talked about Burdock as good for that because it does have antibacterial properties. But Burdock is an excellent diuretic. It's a wonderful diuretic, natural diuretic. And the reason I've chosen this over, say, dandelion or something like that is because Burdock is nutritionally rich. Remember, it's a Burdock, it's a root we're talking about. We're not taking the leaves or anything.
Yeah.
We're taking the root. What are roots? They're filtering parts of the vegetable. So Burdock filters all the nutrients from your soil and it holds onto it. So we're taking the root, we're eliminating water, but unfortunately when we eliminate water, we eliminate water-soluble minerals, so calcium, magnesium, they're all eliminated from the body, which is not good for the body because they're required for energy production. Because Burdock has naturally occurring of these minerals,
It brings it back in.
It's pushing it back in. So
This is like a miracle. Burdock root is.
Burdock root.
It's one of your favourites, isn't it?
It is.
You have a
I
singular
do.
plant that you love.
It's one of my favorites.
Because it has because antibacterial.
One of my favourite
Bacterial
plants.
is one of the things that most. I'm going to take these as we go.
Okay.
Can I just say also not contra. What is it when you talk about taking too many or can you take things together? So.
The regimen, I mean, what we've talked about, you can take very, very safely. But it's always best to check, and you can always contact us at customer care.
Okay,
we can even look at all your lists that you're taking,
So
and we
is
can
this?
get back to you.
Are we there on this? Because I then want to take a few questions, or is there
With just one more thing.
one more thing?
With
There's
just
always one more thing.
So,
with Shabir.
as we said, for a percentage of people, it's simply a question of the fact that they're not having enough fiber. You're not eating the correct fiber.
And just
fruits.
remind ladies, I'm sure they all know, but where do you most get fibre from?
You've got all the sources. You've got whole grains. Everything has to be whole grain. Obviously, there's many vegetables with which are fibrous. I mean, spinach is very fibrous in nature, for example. So yeah, fibre is important, and you've got to. And just in case you cannot increase your fibre intake, there are things which you can get in your health food store, or you can just simply fibre, soluble and insoluble fibre. So this is called
Fibre Cleanse from Food Science. Complete Fibre Cleanse. So what's in there? Is psyllium husk a fibre?
Psyllium husk is an insoluble fibre.
Yeah.
So you've got psyllium husk, marshmallow root, things like that. Basically a combination of soluble and insoluble fibres. It is the insoluble fibres we're really interested in because they hold the water, and as they're holding the water, they're taking the food with it gradually. So it's softening everything.
All right. And so also for people who are a bit constipated, is this good?
Perfect for constipation. Absolutely perfect for
constipation. All right. Great. 4 phenomenal remedies. Maiko, darling, what I want to do now is just take some questions. There's a lot of questions. Maiko's writing down in the background so we don't miss them. So we're going to do quick fire answers if we can, because we have so much to get through and there's some great topics today. Fire away, Maiko.
So what fruit can cause bloating, if fruit does cause bloating?
So the fruits that you have to really worry about are high fructose shoots. So fruits which are ultra sweet. Ultra sweet. So we're talking about high sugar content. So things like, an apple will have much lower content than many other fruits, for example.
But you see, oddly, apples really bloat me.
For you?
Yeah, raspberries bloat me like crazy. Melon.
It's a question of trying.
Okay.
Melon is probably one of the highest.
Yeah. All right.
Probably one of the highest.
Is there a difference? I'm going to speak to the ladies' questions. Yeah, next one, Maiko.
What about kefir and live yogurt? Does that help?
Yeah, kefir. A lot of people talk about kefir.
Kefir and
which, just to let people
kefir is the fermented milk, etc. product. Kefir definitely has probiotics in there, like probiotics, and live yogurt will be of benefit for sure. relatively how much, because when you imagine these bacteria are very acid sensitive.
Yeah.
So what happens is when you take these fermented foods, the great chunk of them are deactivated by the stomach acid. Some come through, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But a chunk of it, with a supplement, carry on taking your kefir and live yogurt.
Yeah.
But with a supplement, you're delivering a hell of a number of volume of bacteria,
Okay.
and they're coated, so they're actually reaching the gut where they're supposed to do.
All right.
Where they're supposed to colonize.
What about, can I just throw in there apple cider vinegar? Because we've talked about it briefly on this show, and I know that many French women live by apple cider vinegar, and many people who follow now do take it, and I've taken a little cupful in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely. So apple cider vinegar has diuretic properties. It actually encourages the production of your own digestive enzymes.
Okay, and it's not too acidic, even though you feel...
No.
It can be acidic. Okay, next question, darling.
Can you take Burdock if you are taking blood pressure tablets?
You can indeed take Burdock alongside your blood pressure tablets.
Okay, yep.
And can you take it every day or just around your period time?
Oh,
I would normally, because you know that the progesterone levels are coming down, say, a couple of weeks before, I would normally just recommend them to start taking it a week before.
Before the period. Okay, great. Yep.
And when's the best time to take probiotics, before or after food?
Yes.
Okay, good point.
Yeah.
We all get confused about this.
Very, always.
I always tend to recommend probiotics with food. These are bacteria that need food in order to thrive.
Work. Okay.
Think about how bacteria multiply. When there's food, we multiply.
Okay, great.
Bacteria multiply.
Yep.
A lot of people are asking about what are the best probiotics, but also the best prebiotic. Could you potentially explain the difference in which
Pre and pro.
So a probiotic is just the beneficial bacteria of the gut.
Yeah.
A prebiotic is they're basically soluble fibers from which the bacteria in your gut will use as a food source in order to thrive.
So
and
one
multiply.
makes the stomach work by itself, the other works the stomach a bit more for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ironically,
And
the Mega Probiotic ND has
prebiotic.
a prebiotic together with the probiotic.
Okay,
together.
I'd say that.
It's a complete supplement.
Great. Okay. Yep.
Can you bloat from flying?
I bloat from flying, but that's water retention.
That's water
isn't it?
retention.
That's water retention.
Yeah.
So then you're going back to.
You're going back to Burdock.
You're going back to Burdock. Okay, because I do that a lot. Yep. Yes, Micah? Yeah.
What do you think of acidophilus tablets?
Yeah, that's
Acidophilus.
probiotics.
That's a probiotic.
That's a
Acidophilus
probiotic
is
species.
another name
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
And someone's asking, does apple cider contain alcohol?
No.
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 Oh, because the word cider is
Cider,
in
no,
it, so people
not
think,
salt.
but
It's
there's no
alcohol-free.
alcohol in it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is it okay to take enzymes and probiotics daily together?
They work in
Very
synergy
well.
with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well
like
together.
like even better to do
Yeah.
both as to
Correct.
do one. Okay. All right. Great. Well, ladies, great subject.